can we have Dr. Parul Sharma, and she'll be talking on going beyond biometry. So I think Premium IOL's biometry is the first and the foremost essential tool. I can request Dr. Sheetal, if she's there. Sheetal, you can join us on the stage. Yeah, all to you, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. And
can we have the timer here? Can you just put it for 8 minutes? Yes, the timer.
Timer is on the screen.
Fine.
May I? Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. So we are all talking about premium IOLs, and we all know that the cataract surgery is no more just a restorative surgery. It's a cataract refractive surgery where almost every patient is demanding now to be less and less dependent of the spectacles. So in our armamentarium, it's not just the regular A scan that you have. You have your biometers, which have gone way and beyond the regular ones. You have your topographers of the world, and then you're combining the technology to best get the results and be bang on 6.6 N6 in most of your premium IOLs. There's a lot of astigmatism in a general population. This is a study conducted by Alcon in 16 centers of Maharashtra, where amongst all the astigmatism, only 13 to 17%, like very few opted for a T2 model. T2 means the minimal astigmatism correction, like a 0.5. A little higher number, again that, and around 15-20%. So the need actually is for all, almost is 60% of your cataract surgery, but what we see in the practice, especially in beginning when you're not doing that much of toric lenses, is about 15-20% of your practice being toric lenses. The reasons are many. One is our own place selection. As we grow, we choose minimal and lesser astigmatism to be corrected. Affordability remains an issue, though with Indian lenses and toricity in them, that's becoming much better. And getting your A constant and bang on results, because if you're seeing a 0.5, you're still hesitant, should I not go with toric? So this is the idea that we go beyond biometry. We see what is available to us in the market and then improve our astigmatism and toric corrections. So here I'm talking about a newer generation biometer, that's Argos from Alcon. It uses the SWEPSUS technology. The beautiful part of this is that the acquisition is so fast that it is very less dependent on any kind of eye movement. So the learning curve for any optometrist becomes very less. It is highly precise because it's taking a reference age of digital guidance, which takes simultaneously from anterior to posterior and posterior to the one, being a real time saver. In our practice, in the past few months since we've had Argos, surprisingly, I'm getting optical biometry results in most of the dense cataract also. In past 3 months, I've actually had only one patient where I had to do an immersion A scan. So this is where I feel that where other IOL masters like biometers, lag, this one takes over because of its enhanced retinal visualization mode. So this is really helping us and making us confident in using in all kind of patients. So almost in all dense cataracts, we were able to get our biometry reading. They have a segmental axial length approach in the sense that the wave light for every individual part of the eye, we know that the refractive indexes are different. So unlike other machines where they compensate and calculate, this will actually take you through different refractive index of the wavelength and combine it together to give you the accurate result. The best part is the analyze mode. Once you've taken the acquisition, we train the optometrists to check on every single parameters on how they have acquired the image, right from checking the head tilt, there is a parameter, then you look at your graphs, then you look at your outliers, wherever you see that your measurements, out of the 5 measurements for in Kerato, if something is like a 0.2 out or a 0.1 out, the machine will highlight it. So out of your 6 reading, you take away 2 and you keep your 4 best to give a bang on results. So at every point you can analyze and customize it. Now in our previous one, we had a Lenstar. We were very particular about looking at the head tilt. Every time we wanted to do a toric, they were trained, please look at the head tilt, please make sure that the head is straight. Just for demo purpose, we've put our patient first with a tilt on the biometry, and on the second patient, when we put the head straight, you can see that there is a difference in the acquisition of 10 degree. That's a significant difference. So one take home is that when you please tell your optoms always to look at the head tilt when they are doing the measurement. Now with the Argos, even that is taken care of. Of course, we ask them to look at the head tilt, but the acquisition is such because the image captured in whichever way, limbal recognition, that when you put it on your Virion in your OT, it's going to be the same axis. So even if you have erred by little, it is not going to come up in your results and not affect your post-operative results. So that's again one beautiful part of this machine. Now the planner, it helps you to do all, like on one click, like other biometries also. You have all the formulas. You should be able to know when and how to choose. Most of us are now happy with Barrett Suite because that completely takes care of all. But still, you on a drop down, you can decide in higher or shorter lens if you want to look at other formula. Almost everything here can be personalized and customized. See, going premium means that we are trying to be 6'6" and 6 in most of our patients, so there's a journey for us also. Like, we all calculate our SIAs. Simple ways to just calculate your pre and post results, give it to the company people, they'll calculate the SIA for you. But after your SIA, after each pre-op, we put our patients back on the biometer on the 3rd week, for the machine to calculate how much is the cornea keratometer, and by the artificial intelligence, it improves on your SIA so that going forward, I don't have to bother about my SIA and the machine does it for me. So you can put your incision location, you can customize your IUA, you can customize your formulas and target your post-op spherical equivalent accordingly. So this is the configuration that the machine has to improve that. Now in astigmatic planner, it's a real-time thing. Suppose you have a small model of a 0.5. Now, a 0.5, I don't want to do a toric if it's a with the rule. I'll manipulate my incisions, put it on the steep axis. Many a times, my T2 model can become non-toric, saving of 15,000-20,000 rupees for my patient, effectively having the same result. Again, optimizing even a small 0.1, like if I'm not so happy with my first graph here, which says the 0.1 cylinder, and I optimize, I look at where my incisions I can place, I change my incision position, and I land up with just a 0 cylinder in my post-op calculation. Similarly, you have all the formulas, especially for post-refractive corneas. You can use Barrett True K, and you can even use Barrett Total K, where if I have a pentacam, so I pick up the posterior corneal astigmatism reading from there, put it on my Argos machine and get an actual real time, not an assumptive posterior corneal, a total K, but an actual total K, and then calculate my post-refractive biometer. So this parameter has also helped us a lot in post-refractive patients. Exporting the surgical plan from the biometer is just a click. You can either do it on a pan drive or a LAN system from where your OPD, all the data will go into the OT. You don't need printouts except for the documentation purpose. And this is how it will get fully integrated into your system and on the phaco machine within the OT on different parameters. So if we go inside the OT, this is how the DMM looks. There's a screen where you've got your Virion planning. And on the phaco machine itself, we have the different stages of the DMM planning on the foot, like how you switch from your phaco quadrant chop to IA. This planning is also on the foot, which makes it completely independent. I don't need anybody to do anything for me. Once I have the data in, I can keep getting real-time information on my microscope through my foot pedal, through my phaco machine. So this is how it will start. The Argos biometry, which we have done in the OPD, the results are going to come here. So we have, suppose in the list, we have all our patients ready. वहाँ से वीडियो ऑन कर सकते हैं इसका?
I'll request you to
Wind up?
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe just.
Sure. So this is a direct overlay which I was trying to show otherwise. I think the videos are not working. And because of the laser overlay, I don't have to do toric marking anymore. No smudging of ink, no marking, no paraffin. This is a small pupil. There's a laser overlay and I'm just lifting it up to see that my toric alignment is proper. So basically a laser overview digitally on the planning that I've done in the OPD onto the OT to get the precision very high and the results accurate. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parul, for that wonderful talk. What we saw was that this machine was linked to the Zeiss microscope. So I think it can be linked to any of the microscopes.
So this is not on the microscope. The display, the DMM is a separate monitor that they give you. So you have to keep seeing the monitor, but they have an overlay in the microscope so you can see through your eyepiece also. Exactly. Yeah. So it can be integrated with any microscope. Plus any machine, I think the machine part foot switch will be with Centuria only.
No, it cannot
Actually,
be.
it cannot be. We have an Argos biometer. The Argos biometer now has a Varion built into it. And the Varion, earlier you used to get a Varion separately. Now you get a Varion with the Argos biometer. And then you can transport it directly to the operation theater. Yeah. So I don't think you can use it on the Callisto eye.
No, what she means is, sir, the MID, the microscope interface device, which sits between the eyepiece and the objective lens of the microscope.
Yes.
what you're saying is right. It can sit on any microscope, but not on the very low-end microscopes. It has to be beyond the Lumira eye level.
Acha, that way, but it has to be the same system.
It has to be
The
the
same system. It has to. It can't be the Zeiss system.
No, it
It
can.
has-
I have a Zeiss microscope,
Yeah,
sir.
it can,
No,
it can, it
No,
can
no,
sit.
the microscope can be Zeiss, that is true, but it is, the Argos, it can't be a Zeiss, IOL master which this thing can be used. The Argos will send data to the OT.
Yeah, so it
The
should-
Argos will send data to the OT, and this can be, the DMM, which is under the microscope, can be linked to any microscope, and this
So
device can be.
when you had the different, the system was not having the biometer,
Yeah.
it was called Varian. The data was, the data used to come from the Varian's pre-op unit,
Yeah,
which is the planning cockpit.
So
That
now
also
what
used to
they've done is that they
They
don't
just
send,
added the axiometry.
they don't send a Varion separately. If you want to buy a Varion today,
No.
you can't buy a Varion separately. You have to buy an
have to
Ergo,
buy the whole system,
you have to buy an Argos to be able to get the advantage of a Varion.
Right.
So I think what Sir was trying to say was whether the Argos can be linked to the Callisto system of the Zeiss. I think you
No,
went-
no,
The
the
Callisto-
Argos can, you
So
can
Argos-
only buy the
Correct,
biometer
correct.
and not the
Argos, as he's saying,
both are-
Argos can be linked to the Varion system, not to a Callisto system.
I think you cannot link it. However, you can get the planning from the Argos and then manually put it in the Callisto. That
Yeah,
can
that
be
is-
done.
that can be
I
done.
believe.
So
But
thank you.
the main this thing is that that unlike the Varion which could be bought separately, if you want a Varion system, you have to buy the Argos.
Nowadays, yes.
No. And there's another one coming up after this, so that
Yeah.
it never stops. Yeah.
That's the unity.
So I think that was a wonderful presentation.